Benson Boone Mystical Magical Studio Version versus his live performance at the American Music Awards. He has a wonderful way of adding additional and different flair to his live performances, and I really appreciate that about his taste and musicianship in general. Let's see what we got. Studio version first.
There's nothing colder than your shoulder when you're dragging me along like you do. And then you switch up with no warning and you kiss me like you want it. How rude. But
I like that sort of off-tempo sounding delay on his voice.
Like you do.
It's not in time all the time.
Me along like you do.
That's a nice touch, because you'd expect it to groove along with the groove, but it almost makes the groove more prominent when you have this sort of squirrely thing happening. And it fits what he's doing on the screen with his bodily motions, too.
And then you switch up with no warning and you kiss me like you want it. How rude. But I kinda like it anyways. I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days.
I love his kisses up into head voice.
I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days.
I don't mind if I go into my head voice.
I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back, relax, enjoy my company.
That was cool too. Relax is like, ugh! But the phrase just before it is light. So he's creating this contrast in his delivery. The word relax is actually not relaxed, but back was.
If you sit back, relax, enjoy my company.
If you sit back, relax. If you sit back, relax. Right? It's expressive beyond notes.
My company. Once you know what my love's gonna feel like, nothing else will feel right. You can feel like.
Hear how he's darkening that?
Once you know what my love's gonna feel like, nothing else will feel right.
Nothing else will feel right. Oh. It's like, nothing else will feel right. There's an arc to it. This is connected. Like, it's not nothing else will feel right. Nothing else will feel right. It's nothing else will feel right. Oh, you feel the weight that nothing else will feel right. Even though it's this light, playful sort of thing.
You can feel like moonbeam ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical.
Ooh.
Baby, 'cause once you know my love is so mystical, magical. Oh, baby, 'cause once you know.
We gotta listen to that again.
Movies, 'cause it feels so mystical.
He piles on the weight on 'cause it feels so, and then feels so light up there. But then listen to what happens here.
It's dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical.
Mystical, magical. There's this sense that he's starting here, and that's mystical and magical sounding. It's not mystical, magical. That sounds too thin, even though he's really thin at the top.
'Cause it feels so mystical, magical.
I mean, he's up here doing this, but if he didn't have the lower quality doing that, then you wouldn't feel this sense of body, high and low at the same time. This contrast in the melody that he's bringing up. This is a great singer. This is a great singer. He plays with his voice. He creates multiple stories and narratives at the same time. If you'd like help learning how to play with your own voice in freeing ways, exploratory ways, and you'd like to pull from your inspiration to do so, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. I'll help you treat your voice as an instrument of expression not just a bunch of notes that you're trying to hit.
Movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby, 'cause once you know my love is so mystical, magical.
Magical! I'm gonna be so much more connected.
Oh baby, 'cause once you know.
Ooh, no! Trails off into a very tender head voice in his vibrato. Lots of great singers use vibrato as a way to modify dynamics, not just a way to make the note shake, right? A lot of times we'll lean in. Benson Boone does this a lot. A lot of times beginner singers will lean into vibrato and like, oh, I wish I had a better vibrato. And so they kind of, it becomes this sort of tense, weird thing. But you notice Benson Boone almost always uses vibrato as a way to retreat in his dynamics. That's a huge clue into developing a wonderful sounding musical vibrato.
My little heart to give, baby, I wanna give you the world. Not saying you gotta chase me, but I wouldn't mind it if you give me just a little bit of something we can work it with. But all you do is push me out. But I like it anyways, 'cause I think I'm getting closer to you every day.
Every day, every day.
Oh, you'll come around to me eventually. Just sit back, relax, enjoy my company.
Love that line.
Oh, baby, trust me. Once you know what my love's gonna feel
Very Freddie here.
like, nothing
Sorry.
else will feel right. You can feel like moonbeam ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies. 'Cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby. 'Cause once you know.
What a cool approach.
Once you know my love is so mystical, magical, oh baby, 'cause once you know.
Is that a box spring that he's dancing on?
Oh baby, 'cause once you know.
Full mattress, maybe. So, yeah, that's kind of like band limited and affected there, but that's a very different approach to the pre-chorus in this setting than it was earlier. Before, it was once you know what. Now, it's once. It's this bright brass thing. Once you know what my love's gonna. Once you know what my love's gonna feel like. He's using a very well-supported mixed voice there. And it creates a wonderful contrast between that equally playful once you know and once you know. Great vocalists can approach any line any way they want and capitalize on it as the arrangement suggests. Like so bright and brash. That's not just the way they've done the mic. Right!
Mystical, magical, baby, it's mystical, magical.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's see what he's got live.
There's nothing colder than your shoulder when you're dragging me along.
That's an odd cut. No, we're seeing him from on top. Okay, my orientation is correct, I think. Yes.
There's
Okay.
nothing colder than your shoulder when you're dragging me along like you do. And then you switch up with no warning and you kiss me like you want it. How rude, how rude. But I kinda like it anyway.
I love his swells.
But I kinda like it anyways.
He started in his head voice there. But I kinda like it anyway. And then added a bunch of weight as he transferred into his chest voice.
Rude, how rude. But I kinda like it anyways. I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days.
Head voice vacation there. Mind if this? So nuanced.
Kiss me like you want it, how rude, how rude. But I kinda like it anyways. I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days. I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back, relax, enjoy my company, my company.
It's always fun hearing him really sing a melody all the way through. Like, I don't think there's any punching here. I'm not hearing any tuning. In fact, I'm hearing little bits of like this last section here where you could tell he ended a phrase a little bit sooner so he could get a breath in because he knew that he needed more for this next section.
Anyways, I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days. I know you'll come around to me eventually.
You'll come around, and then he has the breath. But this next section here where he's up at that note for quite a long time, and he's developing that tone and changing it and shaping it while walking around. He's running out of breath just a little bit, and that's understandable. I like that we get to hear and see that.
I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back, relax, enjoy my company.
See, and the sit back, relax. He did it similar to the studio, but that pitch on back wasn't on here. It was not the right note, but it's a live performance. And so we don't care. Pitch correction on live performances especially has really skewed our perspective and our ability to enjoy a truly live performance. Because if something is natural, it automatically sounds wrong to our pitch corrected, addicted brains. But I don't hear that here, and it's still great because this performance is connected and real.
If you sit back, relax, enjoy my company. My company. Once you know what my love's gonna feel like, nothing else will feel right. You can feel like moonbeam ice cream taking off your blue jeans.
I like that he's doing that thing here. Take. He's grounding in lower pitches and letting those really fast slides be part of the character. He's doing it more in this pre-chorus in the live version than he did in the studio version. It'll be interesting to see what he does with the chorus here.
Feel like moonbeam ice cream taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby, 'cause once you know my love is so mystical, magical, oh baby, 'cause once you know.
Yeah, he's doing it less. He did it more during the pre-chorus. Mystical. It's less nuanced here, but I like how he emphasized certain notes and really leaned into other ones.
'Cause it feels so mystical.
There's that beautiful things like compressed upper chesty mix there.
Dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical.
I like how he stepped that. So opened up, added a little bit of that compression.
Dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical.
It's a little magical.
Oh, baby, 'cause once you know my love is so mystical.
I like how he really nailed so there.
Once you know my love is so mystical.
Stayed in his chest a lot longer on that line. My love is so mystical. And then he went up. Different.
Once you know my love is so mystical, magical, oh baby, 'cause once you know my little heart to give, baby, I wanna give you the world. Not saying you gotta chase me, but I wouldn't mind it if you gave me just a little.
I love that kind of approach where I'm frying into certain. I like that sound. And I like that this coincides with him interacting with the audience. It's kind of a way to make your voice come across as a bit more intimate, because oftentimes when you're talking close to someone and you don't need to project, that fry comes out. And so this is a way to really bring down the energy, be a bit more personable, and he's doing that while he's interacting with the crowd. Is he thinking about all this? Probably not. He's such a natural performer that the things that end up coming out of his mouth, they're so connected to how he feels and what he's doing that he has this natural intuition for a connected performance.
There's something we can work it with, but all you do is push me out. But I like it anyways, and I think I'm getting closer to you.
I gotta see it again.
But all you do is push me out.
That's a large drop. There's so much that goes into,
all you do is push me out.
Look at how high up he is. The slow rotation and...
But I like it anyways, and I think I'm getting closer to you every day. I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back with...
You'll come around. He did that sort of out of breath feel there. The fact that he repeated it, maybe he's out of breath both times on that section, but it might actually be just part of the phrasing he's choosing. He's actually not out of breath, but you'll come around. Doing an air dump there and then coming right back up. It sounds a bit... I don't remember that from the studio version.
I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back, relax, enjoy my company. Oh, baby, trust me, won't you know what my love...
I really like that release into his head voice there.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, trust me once you know. Da, 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 da.
Trust me once.
And his darkening, trust me. These are things that, yeah, even if he's doing this automatically or without thinking about it, as vocalists, learning from other vocalists, we have to pay attention to this stuff and try these things intentionally in our voice to unlock possibilities. Trust, dark, back, more swallowed and covered. Trust me. Exaggerate it. Bring these characters out in your voice. Otherwise, you will be forever sentenced with a boring voice. He does this stuff in a theatrical way that brings out all sorts of different characters and arcs. Not a lot of people do that naturally.
You know what my love's gonna feel like. Nothing else will feel right. You can feel like moonbeam.
Beautiful background vocals.
Ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies. Cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby. Cause once you know, my love is so mystical, magical, oh baby. Cause
I just can't get enough of them.
once you know, once you know.
Once you know.
Once you know what my love's gonna feel
like. There's an arc, a tone, a shape arc on the one note. It's not just vibrato. There's a lot of things going on there that make us fall in love with his tone.
Moonbeam ice cream, nothing else will feel right.
Right there it is again. Right! There's so many shapes. It's not just... In fact, if he were to not shape it that way, not only would we lose the performance sort of theatrical aspect of this, but we would get probably strain from him. Feel right! He's just going for the note? No, that's never what he does. But how many other vocalists have you seen when they try to do a large gap like that, they reach for the note? He doesn't reach for the note. He shapes it, crafts it as a unique performance in and of itself.
Nothing else will feel right.
Beautifully lightens and brightens up at the top there.
Mystical, magical.
There's his more.
Baby, it's mystical. magical. Thank you.
No, thank you, Benson Boone, for the wonderful performance, the catchy songs, great vocals that I think make us all feel young and free. I've really enjoyed following Benson's journey. I will continue to do so. Please leave in the comments performances or songs you'd like to hear me review from Benson next. I really appreciate his voice, and I learned a lot about my own voice and what's possible with it, just listening to him and trying things. Again, if you'd like help doing that, click that link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free course. I'll help you pull from your inspirations so that you can pull things into your own voice that you never knew were there. We'll see you for more.